Artisan mousepads are widely considered to be some of the highest quality and professionally used mousepads in the pro gaming scene for decades. But who exactly created Artisan? What were the struggles they faced releasing their pads? And what releases got them to where they are today? Artisan is a Japanese company that has been releasing mousepads since the year 2000. The company was founded by a man called Hiroyuki Kodama, who started as an apprentice at a small mousepad manufacturer in Tokyo. He learned his industry from the ground up, gaining valuable experience in design, manufacturing and construction techniques over many years with his company. For a time, he decided to set up his own company, Artisan. With his experience, he created some of the best mousepads the world has ever seen. Artisan's first run of mousepads did not include stitched edges, which is a staple for gaming mousepads today. This is referred to as their classic mousepad lineup, which features their first releases, the Artisan Zero and the Artisan Raiden. After a while, Artisan noticed that the lack of stitching caused issues with fraying after long periods of use. So they then released their FX series of pads, which are well regarded for their stitched edges below the surface of the mousepad itself. The only real difference between the classic and FX lineup is the stitched edges and their new releases of the FX lineup, being the Hayate Otsu and the Hien. All Artisan pads come in 3 different levels of hardness: extra soft, soft, and mid. These have different properties, making it easier to move the mouse, stop the mouse, and stability. Extra soft will have the most stopping power, as you can really dig your mouse into the foam. Soft will give you a mix of speed and control, and finally mid will be the fastest, but it may be very hard to stop your mouse, especially with lighter mice. I will say a small bit about all of the mousepads in order of release. First off, we have the Zero. The Zero is the most popular mousepad that Artisan sells. It's advertised as Artisan's control pad, so it has better stopping power and more friction between your mouse gates and fabric. Being the control pad, it's also the slowest. However, the Zero still maintains great smoothness, glide, and complete control over mouse movements. The Zero is good for games like Valorant and CSGO. The control you get on the Zero makes it easy to stop and snap onto targets. This pad is for people who like control, but still want a smooth glide. Raiden is the second quickest mousepad out of all the mousepads that Artisan sells. It's got a comfortable surface and a very smooth glide. Raiden, when in the mid-hardness, resembles that of a harder pad, or even some have described it to feel similar to a glass pad. You do still get that great control and great speed, so it still is a great overall pad. It's great for tracking focused games like Overwatch or Apex Legends. Next we have the Hien. This is what I like to call the best between both worlds mousepad. It's got great speed and control, however it does have a slightly rougher surface. People who want a slightly faster Zero, this pad is for you. Moving on to the Hayate Otsu. It's faster than both the Hien and the Zero. If the Hien is too slow, the Otsu is a great alternative that still gives great glide with a soft surface. The Otsu will have less stopping power than the Zero, but if you do go with the extra soft version, it will feel more similar in power to the Zero if that's what you want. The Hayate Ku is again faster than the Hien and Zero, but slower than the Otsu. However, it has a unique property that you might like, or like me, really dislike. This is that the X-axis movement on the pad is slower than most other pads, but the Y-axis movement is way quicker. This could benefit people for games like Valorant and CSGO if you struggle with flicking up or down quick enough. Finally, the Shindenkai. The Shindenkai is the speediest pad that Artisan offers. It has the lowest amount of friction and takes almost nothing to glide a mouse across the surface. This is because of the glass coating on the surface of the pad, which creates the feel of a glass pad, but being the comfort of a cloth pad. Like the Raiden, it would be good for fast tracking games like Apex or Overwatch. If you want the fastest, nice feeling mousepad, I'd keep a lookout for this one. The Artisan pad's speed tier lists, starting with the slowest, goes like this: Zero, Hien, Hayate Ku, Hayate Otsu, Raiden, and then Shindenkai. All of these pads are some of the most premium pads the gaming scene has ever known. Pros like Tens, Asu, and Ye all use Artisan pads, and for good reason. They are just the best. You can buy Artisan mousepads from their official website, which I will have linked in the description. If you have enjoyed the history and breakdown of Artisan, the most premium mousepad company, please subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think of these pads, and if you have any of your own, please describe your experience with the Artisan pads.